Okay.
Okay.
My name is Jessie. I come from China, but I've been living in the Philippines for the last 7 years. And I think with each year I'm here, I fall in love with the country a little bit more. So I have two kids, and they both call the Philippines their home country. Sorry, the next question.
Tell us about your startup. When
Yes.
did it start? What is it about?
Background.
Okay. My startup is called Basically Borrowed. I started Basically Borrowed about 5 years ago, and it started off as a personal sort of passion project of mine. It was because when we moved here from Singapore to the Philippines, I took a career break and became a full-time stay-at-home mom for about 2 years. And during that time, I realized that 90% of the clothes in my closet were no longer needed or being used by me. And as somebody who was really attached to, my clothes, I hated to see them sort of go into waste. And so I wanted to do something about that. And I guess coming from, as a person with some sort of ambition, I guess, I wanted to not just solve my own problem, but also build an ecosystem that helps other women or other people solve a similar problem. So that's how it started.
So you just focus on clothes?
It focused on fashion, yeah. I think fashion entails more than clothes, and it's not just for women; it's for men. And we can expand into kids wear. So there's a lot of potential to grow.
So you're probably you keep on buying your clothes, so you're with the passion. Keep on buying what's in right now,
Sorry?
like that. You keep on buying what's
The
in.
trends.
You're stylish.
Oh no! I don't come from a fashion background. I have never worked in the fashion industry before, and I think moving to the Philippines gave me a perfect sort of blank slate for me to start something new and to explore my purpose. And I'm glad that I found my purpose. So basically,
So it's just your hobby to buy clothes like that.
no, we don't buy clothes. So we're a tech-enabled platform that lets fashion owners directly lend or sell their.
No, I mean the reason why you got a lot of clothes, old clothes, because you keep on buying.
It's really because of a lifestyle change,
Okay.
going from working in the corporate world in Singapore to being a full-time mom. I didn't need any of my work clothes.
The work
anymore.
clothes, okay.
Yes.
So that's what you sold.
So that's how
online.
it started.
That's how it
That's
started.
really how it started. It was a personal pain point, and then I wanted to build something that solves a similar problem for a wider population.
So maybe you can share more about like how the platform works. Let's
Sure.
say if I have a lot of pre-loved clothes, like how can your platform be of use to me?
Okay, so we are still in the process of launching the platform, hopefully within this month. But the idea is really for it to be a digital platform that enables fashion owners to list their items, so they can take a picture and easily list an item in a matter of 1 or 2 minutes, and our platform will directly connect them to a potential buyer, a person who would be interested in borrowing the clothes.
Jessie, do you maybe want to share with them more about your advocacy for sustainable fashion?
And
Yeah.
minimalism.
Sure. So to be honest, I didn't really start with the intention of, advocating for sustainable fashion 5 years ago. I started, as I mentioned, it was really a passion project of mine, solving a specific problem, and it was a few months before COVID hit the Philippines, and so I started it as a e-commerce website where I would curate people's beloved clothes and list them on my website and sell them or rent them out. But when COVID happened and lockdown happened, that business model quickly became obsolete, and so I had to pivot. And so one of the things that I found that was gaining some traction among our Instagram followers was actually content that's educating them and it's informative about how to do fashion sustainably. And so we kept on I guess this trend, and then we kept on purpose and started growing a team of content creators, and we started sort of like going back to my old career in journalism. I did find a lot of passion and a lot of purpose in that as well. So we started having editorial meetings. We started sort of growing out Instagram as a mini content platform that really advocates for sustainability in fashion. So and over time, we started to see our community grow, our following grow in that sense, and we created Facebook groups for our followers as well, and one of the ways to keep them engaged was actually to start clothing swap activities. So we started them off online on Zoom actually, where several people would be in the same Zoom room and they would do something like a live selling of their clothes without the selling part. They would demonstrate their clothes on Zoom, and people would actually start swapping the clothes. Right? It's just a free and sustainable way of refreshing people's closets. And I guess a year later, when COVID restrictions eased, we started having more offline events, and Nala was
I've participated in two of her fashion swaps.
Yes.
It's like one of the best ways for me, for women, especially to refresh the wardrobe.
Yeah.
Like the pieces I got from Jessie's events, I wear to this day.
Yeah, and then we started having more like specific events that cater to specific needs. For example, we had events that were specifically for plus size women, just because it's really hard for plus size women to find clothes that fit them and that are stylish, etc. So clothing swap parties and offline events are really our way to engage with our community and make sure it keeps growing. And yeah.
How do you check the quality of those
Pre-love.
So we would have specific criteria for the clothes that they can bring to the swap. And we would also have people on our team to check the quality of the clothes. To make sure that people have a good experience.
What will happen if there's stain or something? Is it good to swap, or you won't be able to check all of those clothes? Right?
We do check all of the clothes actually.
But what if the clothes are swap activity went through thousands? Or do you have people or workforce?
Yeah, in that sense.
Okay, that's good.
In that sense, we would need a bigger team, or actually a team of volunteers to do that. But we have established a process for signing people in, checking the clothes. So it's actually been running since December 2022. So it's been a while, almost 2 years.
And if I can add, since I've participated in the clothing swaps, the people who participate are very mindful of what clothes they bring to the swap. So apart from Jessie and her team making sure that it's I guess eligible to be swapped, they themselves actually check. We think of the person who's gonna wear it next. And what I've noticed in some clothing swaps, some of the participants would put sticky notes and write stories of, for example, they're gonna swap this vest. They're gonna write the story of how they got it, when or where they wore it. So they add like a personal sentiment, which makes it all the more meaningful and mindful. Ayun.
Yeah, it's really part of our purpose to make sure clothes are not just commodities. They're something that people should cherish and value.
Is there really interest for including not just adult, but also children also as the medical interest, including that in the basement?
Yeah, so we had our last clothing swap event was actually with in collaboration with Uniqlo, and we sort of experimented with that event where people would bring a Uniqlo branded like pre-loved kids clothes, and then there's indeed a lot of people who had those and are swapping those.
So expanding, so if it goes for, they might expand not just adult, even also children.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of demand for that.
Is there a requirement that the clothes should be branded or original?
In the clothing swap party, no, there's no such requirements. But I think it really depends on like the rule of the clothing swap event itself. Because we might have different target markets. We might have, we're targeting at different audiences.
What's your biggest event and how many people participated?
I think it was the last event with Uniqlo. We had about 300 people joining the event, and about 1,200 something items got swapped in one day.
So I'm assuming most are women.
Actually,
Not really.
I think no. With that event, we had probably 60-40 split. 60 women and 40 men.
Market din pala ngayon.
And we're glad to see that trend because historically, like our community has been predominantly women, and we're happy to see that more men are.
Are you also developing like applications? Like there'll be an application or some website or just an event?
So we're currently rolling out our website, and the application I think will be the next step. Yeah, because it does take longer to build, and we also just wanted to get more feedback from our community as well.
I think we're good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.